Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Imperator Rome, the new game by Paradox. Grand strategy Roman era game. And last episode we did a whole lot of explanation and setup for our migratory tribe here, Semnonia, up here kind of in the northeastern part of Germania and things of that nature. So we are a migratory tribe. We do have a couple other clan leaders here that are going to be hopefully helping us more than hurting us. And we have a decent size, set of land here. Quite a few cities. Not a very high population though. So hopefully we can get some more growth in that area. Last episode we also did sign up for some allies. Let's see here. Which map mode does it show the allies? Let's see. I know it's one of these. I apologize for not memorizing these just yet. Diplomacy. There we go. So as you can see here, we do have these guys over here in the light blue currently our allies, and this guy up here in the purple is somebody we are trading with. And so our goal, what we said last time, is we do have a decision here to unite Subia, however you say that, which is all this land over here. And so I do think we will be targeting these guys over here to the west as potential, military targets. We may save this guy up here for last because we are currently trading with him, although if we do take his lands, then we may not have to trade with him anymore because we'll have that within our own territories, and we can just trade with ourselves to get the same surplus. We're currently getting a surplus of amber from him, which is, I'm assuming, coming up from up here. So, it's going to be good to maybe leave him alone for now, but we'll come back to him later. So that actually leaves these two guys to go after. This guy down here is actually covering one of our provinces or one of our cities for our current province that we have. So I'm kind of thinking he's probably going to be our first target. He does have currently 12 cohorts. This guy up here has 11, so he has a few less cohorts. Neither one of them currently has any sort of alliance, although we have not unpaused yet, so I'm sure that will happen very, very soon. And as you can see here, here's our 3 alliances, here's our trading partner, and we have 15 current cohorts to our name, being made up of our 2 clan leaders. We actually have 0 to our actual name of our personal leader, so that may be something as well. There's some mercenaries just kind of floating around here, not currently doing anything, nothing we need to worry about at this point. So I did promise we are going to unpause here this episode, but I'm trying to figure out what else I may want to do. We have done our trade route. We do need 180 oratory power to fabricate a claim. Now we did take the discount, so it's going to be a little bit cheaper here, so we will be looking to do that as soon as we hit 180. Unfortunately, that is our weakest power gain because our leader is terrible in that area. Our leader, but we will get there eventually. Treasury's looking okay for the moment. Let's actually go look at the treasury real quick. What am I looking for? Economy. I haven't memorized these buttons yet. Let's go check these real quick. Taxes. If we lower this, we get less tax, but we also get less unrest. We are dealing with a little bit of unrest currently because we're trying to convert the one citizen we have over here in this province. So something to think about. We could also just reduce research points and get more slave output, which honestly we're actually currently not getting hardly any research points anyway, so I'm kind of tempted to click that button. If we go look at our research real quick, we're currently researching 0.1 per tick, I suppose. And if we were to go change this, that would change it down to what? 0.0. So literally 0 research. Okay, I mean, maybe we actually want some research, but actually it looks like it's 0.01 maybe now. Possibly, if I'm reading this correctly. Oh, that's how much total research. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly. But anyway, I think we're still gaining some research. We just obviously reduced it by quite a bit. But I actually think that's probably okay because we weren't going to be gaining that much anyway. So we'll plug that in for now. We could always go back to the default at some point. As for commerce, slaves needed for surplus goes up, although we don't have currently a lot of slaves anyway, so we're not actually in a position to be able to take advantage of that yet. Anyway, we could also just get an extra trade route, which would be kind of nice. But getting less national commerce. Let's go ahead and plug this one in. I don't think the slave thing is going to be a thing for us anytime soon. When it does become a thing, as we start taking over some more lands and start getting some slaves into our territory, maybe that's something we swap off of at some point later. And then finally, the only other button we can click is wages down here. We can get some monthly loyalty but increase the wages for characters. I actually think loyalty is so critical for our clan leaders that I think going ahead and bumping that up. It is going to cost us quite a bit, but it is going to help start taking their loyalty up a little bit. And if we go look at them, currently loyalty is still actually ticking down, but at least a slightly slower rate. So maybe we bought ourselves a little bit of time. Other than that, still making money, so I think that's okay. I do think we want to go ahead and recruit some new troops. Again, our cohorts here are their own entities, so those are not actually our troops. I think recruiting some of our own troops would be a really good idea. It was throwing me off that it was showing all these, but obviously we can't actually recruit that. Let's actually come in here, because I think this will actually show us better what we're capable of recruiting, right? Where is the recruit button? I am blind to it. Oh, there we go. Build units. Yeah, okay, so we can't build these things on here because we don't have those. So what we can build is skirmishers, light cavalry, heavy cavalry, and chariots. Chariots could be useful because we do get a little bit of bonus here for the chariots. Mixing those in with some of the light infantry might be kind of useful. We don't currently have any chariots, so using those to kind of maneuver around. We could either chariots or light cavalry, I think, would be kind of useful. Chariots currently have increased damage against other light cavalry and light infantry, which is something that a lot of our enemy guys are going to be fielding, and so that is probably very useful. No bonus against archers, but that's okay. No negatives either. The light cavalry does get a bonus against archers, as well as light infantry. So, you know, maybe a mix of some of those would be okay. Do we currently have an actual bonus? I can't remember to chariots or not. I know it mentioned it when I actually loaded up the game, something about, you know, some good stuff. That might be referring to some of this stuff here, which, you know, hey, we could open up chariot offense very, very early on if we decide to go the chariot route, which does sound kind of fun, kind of different. Why not? Let's come in here. Let's build some units. Let's build us, I don't know, maybe 2 chariots, and then maybe some supporting kind of light units, some archers and skirmishers maybe. I'm going to build 2 of each. Kind of a balanced unit. I don't know, honestly, what's better. Is it better to balance? Is it better to specialize? I guess we'll find out as the count of the game progresses a little bit. But we'll start with that for now. I'm okay with them building in the same territory right now because we're still waiting on the oratory power anyway. So that's not going to matter much. I actually don't know if there's anything else for us to click right now. Nothing to do with our military power yet. Nothing to do with our civic power at the moment. Oratory power. Everything else I think is okay. So finally, we're going to unpause. Go ahead and go at speed 3 for right now. Again, we could not declare war before November 1st anyway. That's very typical of Paradox games. But we're not going to have the oratory power to get the claim yet anyway, so that is fine. Breaking alliances. Okay, so you're going to break the alliance because you want to declare war on either myself or somebody else nearby. So, well, that's never fun. We will see what happens there. We'll definitely be prepared. We're getting some more units coming in here. So he currently has 12 total cohorts to his name. We do have a few more than he does, so hopefully that dissuades him from coming after us. But he may be going after one of these other guys, which is fair. Kind of allying all 3 of these guys together does kind of bind them to not being able to expand themselves a bit. But, you know, what you going to do? We'll kind of keep going until we get enough oratory power to go ahead and make our claim. We have been insulted. So they're just flat out insulting us? So does that mean we're not allies anymore? No, he's still allies with us for the moment, but he's just also insulting us. Yay, I guess. There are some mercenaries in his territory currently. Another thing that we can do as we get some of these troops coming in here. Well, for one, we do want to get a commander here. Could make ourselves a commander. He is steadfast, so he does get more... Well, okay, gets more heavy infantry and warrior elephant discipline. Does not really help us right now. This guy just gets more flat discipline. He doesn't get a lot of martial, but the flat discipline's pretty good, actually. I don't know that we want to make our leader a guy, because usually, typically, when you make your own leader a general, they have a higher chance of dying, and I actually don't want our guy to die just yet. He's not bad, to be perfectly honest. Although he will get more popularity if we make him a leader. So there is that. He's currently gaining popularity, but not very quickly. If you start winning some wars, some battles, you know what? Why not? We'll make him a leader. If he dies, I guess we'll deal with that when it happens. Chance of cohort loyalty, which is okay. I guess we want them to be loyal to us as the leader. Go ahead and get things going some more. Oh, one other thing we do want to do is look in here. Is we do want to figure out which of these tactics is best for us. So this one does increase our chariot efficiency, though it does not really help light infantry, but it's good against skirmishing and triplex ACs. And there's going to be some skirmishing guys coming against us, I'm assuming, based on... Oh, I'm looking at this wrong. This is just the type of units that we have currently and what bonuses it gives them. So this one will give us bonuses for... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Chariots, horse archers, light cavalry, and camel cavalry. So, it could be useful. We could also pick up one of these other ones that does help with... This one helps with chariots as well. This one helps with archers and light infantry, which we're going to have a bunch of. We may actually hold off on that until we get the rest of the units in here. If you look at you guys, the chariots, are you guys... What kind of units are you? You guys are secondary cohorts. The flanking cohorts are the light cav. So we can change these around. I actually want the flanking guys to be with the chariots then, right? I'm assuming. And I don't know if I want... What do I want here? Maybe the... I'm just going to plug in the light infantry for now just so I have a different one, but... So the primary ones will be the slingers. I don't know, we'll see how they... I do think the flanking ones makes more sense for the chariots to be there, because they are quicker. Although that, for these guys... Oh, so these guys are separate. So each one of these armies has its own type of thing. So this one's got a preferred flank of 5. So these are things I don't really know much about. Click to change the flanking size to 10 cohorts. So right now it's 2. Well, currently we only have 2 anyway, so maybe setting to that 2 is a good idea. I honestly don't know. We'll learn more about these things as we progress further into the game, but seems to make sense if we've only got 2 currently that can flank. Let's just set that to 2, maybe? I mean, we don't have huge armies here. We might want to, bring in a couple more, honestly, but we have quite a few troops total here, so I think we're going to be okay. Although it may be a good idea to get a couple more here. Now that we have all of them, let's see here. Interesting. What is... All possible. Okay, I'm sure exactly what that's doing, but okay. I'm just trying to click different things to figure out what each of these does for us. Attachments not allowed, force march, unit reorganization, select unit objective. So this is one of the new features they added into this game, is where we can actually automate these units a bit, which can be very, very useful. Make them a little bit more independent. In fact, if we were to go ahead and go over here, I wonder if any one of these guys would help get rid of some of the unrest. Is that a thing that is in this game like we've seen before? We'll put them on independent for right now, and then we'll figure things out from there. So which of these gives us the biggest bonus? Looks like skirmishing would actually give us the biggest bonus. It gives a little bit of bonus for our archers, a little bit of bonus for our light infantry, but 0 bonus for our chariots. Almost makes me wonder if separating chariots out into their own army at some point in the future could be useful. But no, we'll go ahead and go with skirmishing for right now, because that's going to give us our biggest bonus as of right this second. You guys also would be good with skirmishing. I guess we'll go ahead and set you guys to skirmishing as well. You might be pretty good with deception, actually. And just to kind of mix things up a little bit, why not? You have a lot of cavalry. Alright, so looks like they're not going to move anywhere while being automated, which is fine. Broke their alliance with us due to their own choice. So this is Lugia, which is this guy's over here. So no real surprise that they broke with us. I'm assuming they're trying to go to war with somebody. Alliance, truce, importing, defensive. So they have a truce with us right now, but they may be trying to come after us here in the very near future. One good thing is we are obviously forested up over here, so might help us defend a little bit. Plus there's a river crossing here, so that might help us as well. Sticking a fort over here might not be a bad idea. We do have a fort in our city, but like, for example, we could always buy a fort here and would help protect a lot of this land over here as well. Since we're not planning on expanding eastward just yet, a fort over there might not be a bad idea, actually. Offered alliance from Macromania. Who is Macromania? Macromania. Oh, it's this guy over here. No, we actually want to go to war with you at some point. Invite to the Defensive League. No, these are the guys that we actually want to go after, so that will not help us at all. We can pick up an invention here. So... And it does look like we are not actually getting... Oh no, we are. Very, very, very tiny, tiny amount of points. Morale recovery, omen power. I mean, omen power could be useful. I don't know if it's retroactive. It affects the omen power, omen that we just picked up or not. National tribesman output, national tax, military tech investment, starting experience, obviously try discipline does not help us really at all. I don't know. Let's pick up some omen power. Make those a little bit more powerful. Why not? Don't think it changes this one, although this one's about to end here anyway, so we'll be able to. It'll be helpful for the next one at the very least. So I think this was 24 before as well. I don't really care about either of these right now, so I'm not going to mess with those just yet. We are getting up there in oratory power, not quite to the 180 we need just yet, but we will get there soon. Child is born. Nice. So we do have a child now. Very, very good. There's our wife. Not bad. And there's our child, who has 0 stats so far. Of course, he is a baby. So hopefully soon. We are currently steadfast, secure, humble, cool, and obsessive apparently, which does give us plus research points. Great. I'm going to go ahead and go to speed 4 for right now, while we're trying to get our oratory power plugged in here. Probably playing a little bit slow again early in this game, just trying to get into the feel of it. I'm sure we will speed it up, hopefully, as the game progresses a little bit more. We get a little more comfortable with, you know, what we want to do between the lulls of battle. Now, it looks like they're building some chariots over here. Successor prospers. The chiefs of Successor have sent an envoy proclaiming that harvest, trade, and taxation have all produced a huge surplus this year. In a splendid show of national spirit, they have decided to offer additional income to the state. Perhaps we could let them spend the money for their own uses, however. We can give them 20, I guess, gold, or we can get some tribesmen. So we get 20 gold, or we can let them have some tribesmen. Honestly, more pop sounds really good, so I think letting them have the tribesmen is going to be the better bet. And so Susadata was where? Right there. So they just got 2 more tribesmen, which I think in the grand scheme of things will give us way more. In fact, I know it will give us way more than the 20 gold we would have gotten right there. And they're currently happy. So speaking of happy, these guys over here are currently not happy. But since we actually do have some tribesmen over here now, the overall province happiness has gone. Oh no, that was the wrong one. That's this one. That was the one that was unhappy before. But it actually is also coming down a bit. So hopefully they convert over to our side soon, and we'll go from there. Now, these guys are actually starting to move around. I'm not sure what they're doing, but I'll let them stack up for a second and get some attrition. Good job, guys. Guess he's just moving around. Oh, we are at 180. Very good. Okay, I didn't see that. We were 12 days actually into it, but all right. So come over here, and we are going to want to fabricate claims. Now, do we want to do it here? This guy does have 2. They have a Fascia and Cherushia as allies. What about you? You have just Varinia, which is this guy up here. So Varinia currently has 12 cohorts. You have 11 cohorts. This guy has got Fascia, which has 8 cohorts, and Chassi, I think it was, 10 cohorts. So that's 18 plus his 12. That's 30 cohorts we'd have to go up against. Versus going up against this guy would be 12 and 11, which is 23. So it's definitely a much easier, I think, task of us taking out the guy here to our west. But it does mean we're going to go to war with our trade partner up here, which is not ideal. But still, I think this is going to be the better move. So we'll go ahead and fabricate the claim here. on the province there. And we now have the claim. So we could go ahead and declare war here. Not yet. We have to wait till the 14th of March before we can declare war because of our diplomat being en route. Knowing how many guys they have, we have 15, we have 21 ourselves. So I think we are going to need to get a couple more cohorts here. Since we are going on the skirmishing, I'm probably going to pick up a couple more archers, maybe even a couple more light infantry. Possibly 2 of each, actually. So if we come up here to recruit the army and grab... Let's go grab a couple skirmishers, and it'll just build it wherever it can get that's closest, as well as a couple slingers. Now, it's going to reduce our manpower pretty low, but we do have the money for it right now, and I think we're going to be okay with that. And it's going to give us, hopefully, more troops than the other guy has of right now. We are looking for that March 14th date, which is now arriving. So as soon as we get these cohorts recruited, we will probably go after them at that point. A youth by the name of Ascald de Gericus, I guess he's a pimpled youth, approaches our tribal chief in private this morning. In a hushed voice, he spoke of a vision of the near future, in which he was found by his loved ones having been crucified by zealots. Wow, that's rough. With shaking hands, he offered all his worldly goods to the state in return for our protection. 50 oratory power? Yes, please. That would be absolutely helpful right about now. Alright, so we're about to get all of our units. There they are. We'll go ahead and get them grouped up here on our main war host. And then we will start looking into what we want to do with our war declaration here in a moment. Cool. Alright, so they're all there. We do have a total of 25,000 troops. These guys have about 13. Oh, of course you got some more. Oh, no, you're in a truce. You do not have any allies. What about you? You still have the allies. You do not currently have allies. You are in a truce. Okay, well that's actually helpful for us. So we can go ahead and declare war here, hopefully, and go after these guys. Let's go ahead and take you off of the automated thing. Actually, we'll leave you on automated, because once the war starts, you should actually engage pretty intelligently. So come over here, declare war. I mean, why not, I guess? There's no reason not to I can think of. Just in case this guy gets some allies and comes in there as well. And we are taking Langobardia, which is basically the entire thing. So... yeah. Looks good to me. So now we are at war. And... we are going to take our cohort. And let's go stomp on his guys. Now that is going over across a river crossing. So let's go into this territory first. Now, there are some woods over here as well, some forest terrain along this river. There is some plains areas as well. Where's his capital? His capital's way back there, actually. I don't know where his troops went. They're over there in the fog. Alright, so can we jump on you? You are currently locked down here. That's not what I wanted. Grab my troops. And where are you going? I was going to say, why isn't it telling us that we're going to win this? Alright, we'll jump down here. We'll get this win real quick. Massive stompage. That was very quick and easy. And now we will just go ahead and... let's go ahead and take our troops. And... I keep hitting the wrong thing. Go ahead and go up there to the capital. Our other troops can just kind of do the automated thing for right now. I don't think we're going to need them right this second. They'll be able to cover these guys if they come back in, though. Actually, we already have some guys getting over there. Oh, hello. You already have some guys over there. Can we jump on you guys? No, we can't because of the fort. Since we already have some troops in the area, I'm actually going to hold off on moving up for right now. We are getting some attrition here. If they do jump on our guys there in the capital, we will reinforce as needed. Here comes our allies to help out. Are getting a lot of attrition, unfortunately, but that's just kind of the nature of things. If we do take any forts, it will auto-siege down any territories around it. Obviously, there's only one fort here, so not really much for us to do at that point. They're just sitting there. This guy's only got a rank 1 general. This guy's a rank 9 general. They are coming on us, actually. So hopefully our allies come in here to support us. They did break the siege here, which is, well, better safe than sorry, but probably a little bit unfortunate. Oh, that was a little bit of a psych out to kind of get them moving over here. If you stay... no, you're going to have to reset. Yeah, that's part of the problem, I guess, with doing the automated thing, is that they will occasionally break sieges that you might not want to. But again, better safe than sorry. They would come to support us, and that is the safer move. Alright, our allies are definitely helping out, kind of siege some few things down, but really at this point, it's just getting this capital, and then we are done with this war here. Sieges work basically the same as they've done in a lot of the other games, or similar, I should say, than how they've done a lot of the other games. You roll a dice, and based on the die roll, different things happen. You know, food shortages, supply shortages, water shortages, etc. Excuse me. Currently, if we roll a 20, we'll have a chance of surrender, which is impossible as of this moment, because the highest you can roll is I think it's a die of 6 plus the modifiers that you have over here. So currently... Oh, okay, so it's a die of 1 to 14. Sorry, I was looking at that wrong. Currently, it's a die of 1 to 14, and we have a +1 modifier. Technically, we have a +1 from our commander and a -1 from fortifications. Those cancel each other out, and then you get the +1 for the siege accumulation. And every time you advance the siege, you get one of these goes up to, I think, a maximum of 11, which does eventually help you, effectively have a better chance of actually finishing this thing off. So, the rights of Albania. Some of the youth in the city of Albiana, have started partaking in old fertility rites to the chagrin of some of our seers and elders. Mero Degaraces has demanded that we put an end to this and make sure the youth starts respecting the wishes of their elders once more. The rites certainly seem effective, though, and the youth seems happier than they used to be. Let them, if they wish so. We do lose some religious power, but we do get less unrest and more population growth, but we also lose some loyalty from our high priest. Not great. But we could also just gain some religious power and gain some loyalty. It's a lot of religious power, honestly. And I don't really like the lower dice. We're going to go ahead and just say, put it into it. That's going to be fine. There's no negatives there. It's only positives. I think that feels like a good move. They did come and attack us in the woods here. Obviously, to their loss. We are gaining some popularity for this, that is our own personal commander. So, our own personal leader, I should say. We're up to 24 popularity, so just from leading some wars. We can't pick up another invention. I'm sorry, I should have done this before. Let's see here. Probably a good idea to get the army morale recovery rate relatively quickly, because that is going to be, we are at war, and that's going to help us with our battles. We got this yet? Not yet. Minus 21%. Minus 7% now. We'll just kind of sit here for the moment. Where's our other cohort? Other army? They're down there. Ah, we're at 0%. Good. And we do no longer have them automated at the moment, so that's helpful. We get some more trireme discipline. We also get some money. And we do have extra. Right? We have an extra... Yeah, we still have the +2. So getting rid of one of these would actually get us a little bit more gold. Which we're currently losing. I think this is actually a really good idea. Change anything drastically? Not really. We're still losing some money from the armies, but that's okay. 14% chance to succeed. Finally, we succeeded in that. And that means we will be able to take over the rest of these things pretty quickly. And actually, we could probably go ahead and piece these guys out right now, actually. Demand peace and... Yeah, just see the whole provinces, right? Everything. And they will do that. And we will go ahead and... I guess control-click to go up higher. Get all their gold from them. And it does look like it would be a yes. Quick and easy war. Alright, so we do have a decision here. The Langobardian elite. After a protracted conquest, we have finally routed the Langobardian armies and laid waste to the lands. During the sacking of the capital, many important prisoners were taken, many of them having previously held important positions in the Langobardian clan council. They now languish in our dungeons, awaiting for whatever fate we decide to impose on them. We can say no quarter, which does give us more popularity, which we have already decided is important. We can banish those of class and put the rest to the sword, which does lose us some regressive expansion, actually, which is kind of nice. Imprison their leaders, let the rest disappear. So we do imprison some of their leaders. We actually lose some popularity, unfortunately, though. And then we'll be able to decide what to do with each important family one by one. Important characters will be banished, and we lose some aggressive expansion. We don't have a ton of aggressive expansion just yet. We do have to keep an eye on it and be careful with it, but it's not like it's super high. I'm actually kind of tempted to pass judgment on the important families one by one. Why not? See what happens. Several important families are known for having held sway in Langobardian. Whilst we have consigned the lesser men and women of this fallen nation to their fate, we must decide carefully upon how to treat the elite. We can welcome certain families, I mean, especially if they've got really good leaders. Like this guy over here, really good civic power, or whatever that one, I forget what the actual name of that one is. Really good power for that. This guy's got some pretty decent military power. I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and keep this guy around. We do lose some power. They have a lot of family members. Yeah, maybe it's a bad idea, but why not? Let's try that out. What else we got going on? Do we want to keep any of these other guys around? I mean, they all have at least some decent bonuses around. This guy could, if we keep him popular, he could be a pretty good general. It's probably better. It's probably the smart move is to get rid of all these guys. But it feels so harsh. I think I'm going to welcome these guys as well. It's going to lower popularity again. But hey, we're going to go to war again here soon. So there's that. This guy's, mediocre. We can probably get rid of him. And this guy's maybe not so... I mean, he's good, but maybe not amazing. That's fine. We'll get rid of the rest. And does give us some popularity back. So not much, but a little bit of popularity back. Why not? Well, there's that. So we're bigger now. We're actually one of the bigger names in this area. Actually, these guys over here are pretty big, but they're currently our allies as of right now. And so we will need to determine who we want to go war against next, although we are also very low on manpower, so we want some of that to bounce back. We will consider that next time. This episode went on a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure we got plenty of content in, especially since we're going a little bit slower. Again, I'm going to try and speed things up as we get a little bit more familiar with the game. So hopefully I'm not boring you guys too much. But anyway, I do appreciate you watching. If you do like these videos, please throw that like down there. That is very, very helpful as always. And also, please subscribe if you haven't already. That's also incredibly helpful as well. So I do appreciate you watching and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye.